Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie. More importantly, though, this is Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hi Natalie, how you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for joining me for an idle chat all the way from the UK.
Yes, the sun is shining, but it's not quite as warm as it's been recently.
That's excellent for both things.
Yes.
It is. Are you ready for an idle chat, my friend?
I definitely am, yes.
All right, let's get started. First question, is a strawberry a berry?
I can't say I've ever really sat and thought about the answer to that. Um, the fact that it says berry in the name would tell me it is a berry, but I'd always be curious to understand how it wanted to identify. So, if it wanted to identify as a sofa, I'd be fine with that.
That's a brilliant way to look at it. I've never actually conversed with a strawberry to ask it its preference in identification. Scientists will tell us it is not a berry because the seeds are on the outside and it's the
Exactly.
vessel for, multifruit. But it does say strawberry right in the name.
Exactly. Exactly. So I
So
would check. I would double check.
we'll ask. We'll keep researching as we do. Keep asking our open-ended questions. Marie, is there in your household any tradition that you've sort of adopted from someone else's family traditions?
Um,
Like
I, I
cultural tradition?
I am very much my mother's daughter. A lot of the stuff that she has done previously, I've kind of followed on with. One of the things I'm very good at is leaving piles of washing in baskets and not actually putting them away. I can't say that's probably a tradition. It's certainly a learnt behaviour, more than anything else. The biggest tradition though is Christmas. My mum was big on Christmas, so we always go big in terms of the decorations at Christmas. So they're everywhere.
That is excellent. And laundry, I think leaving it in a basket is the adult thing to do. I'm, I got no shade for that. Marie, what is something that you do really well that you didn't really recognize in yourself as being a great skill until maybe somebody else pointed it out?
Probably dealing with silence, actually. It's one of the things that comes up all the time when I'm talking to people is how comfortable they are with silence. And most people aren't comfortable with it. I am really comfortable with it. And I'm really comfortable with the watching and just seeing how people react. I'm a big people watcher. So I would be the kid who would be out on a Saturday afternoon shopping with my mum, and I'd be quite happy just sitting on a bench and watching everybody walk past and being comfortable with the quiet and just trying to make up stories about how people were living their lives and all that sort of stuff. Which is probably why I do mediation now, because basically it's an extension of that, basically. But the whole silence thing, I am actually really comfortable with just going, okay, we're just going to be quiet for a minute. And I think that blows people's minds until somebody pointed it out and went, you don't interrupt when there's a silence. And I went, why would you?
Because there's nothing wrong with the silence. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. But I think in today's day and age of us being so overly stimulated and interacting with screens 24 hours a day, silence is a rarity for us as a society.
It is. It's actually probably a luxury, if I'm honest. I don't think we get enough chance to enjoy silence.
I see now a lot of all of the generations being very intentional when they go on holiday to have a digital free holiday.
Mm,
And it's interesting that we have recognized for our own wellness, our own mental health, that we need to stop and find some silence for a bit.
100%. I've started picking up puzzle books now instead of using like the puzzle app because I'm a big fan of puzzles. Instead of picking up the app on my phone, I actually have a pen and paper puzzle book now because it is just so nice to get away from that screen and to have that quiet and not worry about, oh, there's another advert so that I can play the next game.
Exactly. I think that is so important. Marie, what is the best sport to play, but that is super horrible to watch on telly?
Well, I have to say I like playing and watching this, but it's horrible probably for other people to watch because it looks a little bit brutal, and that's rugby union. So I used to play rugby union 20, 30 years ago. I used to be very good at it. I used to like just running into people, which if you're watching probably looks terrifying. I mean, it's a bit like your American football. It's just I don't wear all the gear that goes with it. And I would literally just run into people, which was amazing for a frustrated teenager. Probably not so much for my parents who were stood watching, going, "Oh my God, is she going to get a broken bone this week?" And I still watch it now.
Actually, I really like watching rugby. I think that's a great sport to watch on television. Yeah. A big fan of the All Blacks.
Yes, yes, huge fan of the All Blacks. I was a massive fan of Richie McCaw in his playing days, and I still follow a lot of what he does on social media, all the helicopter and the endurance events and all those sort of stuff that he does. He's amazing bloke.
Really impressive. And what position did you play?
I was a loose head prop, so I had the big number one on my back.
Look at you go, girlfriend.
Yeah, definitely was allowed to run into people.
So you're the one everybody's watching out for. You're the one
Yeah,
everybody's trying to dodge. All
yeah.
right. Good
They
for
didn't dodge
you.
very well. They did not dodge very well.
Oh, I like this. Oh, you and I are going to be friends.
Brilliant.
Marie, are you a I'm going to leave those dishes till the morning because I'm just too tired to manage it right now? Or are you like me? I can't go to sleep until the sink is empty and the kitchen is all sorted so that I have that sense of peace in my mind.
Well, the problem I've got is I am actually ADHD and I lurch between it has to be done right now or feral squirrel, I'll just leave it and I'll come back to it when I can be bothered. So I tend to be the two extremes and it just depends on what my feral squirrel is doing that particular day as to which extreme I go to. So it's either going to be done right now and anybody gets in my way, the prop forward comes out. Yeah. Or it's I'll leave that. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Oh, maybe I should do that. They're from 3 days ago.
I love the honesty in your answer. Meh. Marie, if you could declare a new national holiday, what would we be celebrating? And maybe more importantly, what would we be eating at the celebration table?
So we would be celebrating curiosity. It's one of my favourite words in the English language. Celebrating curiosity. What would be eating? Whatever your food you're curious about that you've never had a chance to try before.
Fantastic. You could have every menu from everywhere else on the planet.
Yep,
It's in that language, and you just pick a thing and go with it.
absolutely. Yeah, and if you don't like it, that's okay. Here comes another one.
There you go. Just the whole wide world on tapas plates.
100%.
Very
100%.
nice. Curiosity. I think that's we should make that an international holiday. That deserves worldwide recognition.
Definitely, definitely need the world 1%, at least 1% more curious, because how much difference that would make.
Oh boy. Oh boy, is that true. For purposes of education, that would send our kids' EQ and IQ ballistic through the roof.
Definitely.
Ah, I would support that. You put it on the ballot, I'll vote for it.
Nice one.
So imagine I come from France to the Sheffield area.
Hmm.
What is the first place that you're going to show me as the pride or humiliation of your town?
I would take you to Lady Bower Reservoir, which has the distinguished history of being the place where the dam busters practiced before they went across to bomb the dams in Germany. It's where they practiced, and every so often, when they're having any form of celebration, you see the Spitfires go off recreating some of the stuff, and you can see the dams. If you ever seen the Dam Busters film, the dams that you see are very, I'm not sure if they're even the actual ones that were used in the film, I'd have to check. But when you see them, if you watch the Dam Busters, that is exactly what the Lady Bower area looks like, all the Derwent Dam and all the rest of it. It's where they practiced the bouncing bombs before they actually went and did it, the low flying.
That is fascinating. I had no idea.
6 miles up the road from me.
It's a long walk, but we could walk it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a cracking walk all the way around as well. Yeah, it's brilliant. And then in the Lady Bower Lake itself, you've got what we call the plug hole. So if anybody wants to look up Lady Bell, it literally looks like a plug hole, looks like all the water's going down a plug hole. Fascinating. It's absolutely amazing. Beautiful, green, fabulous area with so much history.
Ah, sold. Take my money. I am sold.
Let me know when you're over.
It's an easy ride for us, isn't it, you and I? Marie, what is, if you can think, a piece of art or a book or a piece of music or maybe a film that really changed who you are as a person, that really altered you as a human?
That is such a huge question. For me, music's a big thing in my life. Music is a really, really big thing. I would love to be able to play music. It's on my bucket list to learn how to play the drums of all things. But I grew up in a household where, I mean, my parents' collection of vinyl is just legendary. We grew up with so much music, and probably the music that sticks in my head the most is the music that we used to listen to in the car, traveling backwards and forwards from our house in Yorkshire down to where my grandparents lived in the south of the UK near London. Um, and that music, every time I hear it now, transports me back straight to that place of innocence, of going to see family, of going and all being happy in the car together. So I've since lost my mum in the last couple of years, so it takes me straight back to that place, takes me straight back to those family trips to go and see people, and just the joy and the excitement of being able to go and see people. And my mum and dad sat in the front of the car, and me and my brother in the back going dancing along to it and what have you. Yeah, it's probably that childhood music, and there's two or three particular artists, people like Queen and The Who and stuff like that, that really stick out in my head as a result. All about my childhood.
That is such a nice story. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, music and art and literature, they do change our human condition, don't they? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I mean, the same. I could talk for hours about books but music is the place I always go to first. It's always the place that grounds me or takes me back to a moment in time that I want to remember to help me manage my own mental well-being sometimes constructively and take me out of bad places.
Right. Well, it is just um, a really powerful bookmark
Mm.
in the story of our lives, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I still remember my first kiss. Betty Davis Eyes was playing in the background.
I know that song well.
Can't remember anything else about the moment. I remember the kiss and the music in the background. Oh, that's the whole memory. Isn't that funny? How music anchors that moment in our time.
You know exactly where you were at that moment.
Yeah, yeah. That is something else, isn't it? The magic of it. Marie, if animals could talk, I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing, but if animals could talk, which animal, in your opinion, throwing no shade, would have the absolute worst attitude?
I'm sorry, I've got to say it because I'm a dog lover. Cats. Definitely cats. They have staff. Yeah. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. I think, and I'm probably, apologies, I'm probably going to get so much hate now from all the cat lovers in the world. I love cats. I just think they probably have the worst attitude in terms of, I'm the boss of everything.
Yes, we are the lesser species, and we, as roommates, are reminded on a regular basis that we are the lesser species. Yes.
Yeah, we're there to serve instead of.
And I don't know that serving is gracious. Indentured servancy, maybe it can be a brutal situation. Maybe sometimes a little Stockholm situation develops, but it feels for the most part like you're hostage in your own home.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas dogs, you leave the room for 10 seconds, you come back and it's like long lost friend territory. It's great.
Yeah, best day ever. What are we gonna do? Best day. Oh, that's the best idea. Whatever it is, best thing, best idea, best dinner, everything. Yeah. And cats, they got a little judgment going on.
Yeah, yeah. What is this?
Do you know I'm a cat.
Yeah,
We don't do that.
yeah.
Yeah, All right. Cats works for me. I can understand why that would be your opinion. Marie, I'll ask you the same question that I ask every guest in the Idle Chat series. and that is to tell me a little bit about what you love most about the work we do, or the clients that you get to work with, or something you find inspirational or motivational about the resolution industry.
So one of the biggest things for me is space. I feel so privileged to be able to create, even if it's only for half an hour, that space for somebody that they may never have felt before, or they've certainly not felt so safely before. That space, it's almost, I mean, as I mentioned earlier on about silence, it's creating that silence for them. And it's not necessarily silence as in the absence of sound, it's the silence in the absence of the brain noise for me. It's that, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get across. This is what's important to me. And knowing you're creating that space to allow that to live. I mean, I particularly work with people who are neurodivergent and have mental health conditions or mental health symptoms and signs. And for them, that space is it's often a luxury they're not afforded by other people because there is that sense of you don't communicate the same as me, therefore I'm not going to listen, or I'm not going to maybe interpret it the way that I would do that somebody that does communicate the same way as me. And say for me that space, and that's the best way I can describe it. It doesn't quite say what I'm trying to say, but it's creating that space for somebody, that space to just go, this is what's going on. And that for me is probably the best part of what I do is allowing that space and protecting it as well.
It is something that I think should be revered, because it is hard to find, it is rare. And when you do have an opportunity to work with someone like you who will afford you the room and the safe place and the silence and the space to express yourself in your authentic voice in a way that you need to express yourself at the pace that you need to express, and let you work through those things with patience and tenacity, but with care and respect. Really important work.
Definitely, definitely. And there aren't enough of us on the planet that actually do that for people. I mean, it's great working in the environment we do and we all get it, but there's so many people that when I actually have the opportunity to go out and talk to people and teach it to other people, they're like, this is life changing. Not just for other people, but actually for me.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. It is not a unilateral interaction by any stretch of the imagination. If somebody wanted to reach out to you and learn more about how you do this work, or engage you in some way, or just has questions, needs a resource, what's the best way for people to find you and reach out?
Probably via LinkedIn. So I'm on LinkedIn as Marie Coombes. So I do tend to post on there when I remember, when my feral squirrel allows me. But I'm usually contactable on there via direct message. So I'm more than happy to have a chat with anybody that is interested in the element of the work I do, so the neurodiversity, mental health stuff, or just generally just wants to have a coffee. Yeah, I'm always open to that.
Very nice. And do you have a website that they can look at?
Yes, it's werestorecalm.co.uk.
Brilliant URL. We Restore Calm.
That's what
Very
I do.
nice. Very nice. Marie, thank you so much for taking time out
Thank you.
of your sunny summer day to have an idle chat with me.
Yeah, thank you very much. I always do enjoy having a chat. I'm off to go and find some strawberries now.
And ask.
Exactly. I'll let you know.